From NA?
Yeah.
Inspire.
I'll put Inspire in there.
And he looks great, dude. I hope he does make it into the league because
over a year.
Yeah,
I know
for
he's
over a year.
okay. He said this on stream, so I guess I could say it. But he was like,
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Offscript, presented by Rockstar Energy drink. Before we kick things off, today we have a special guest, Andre or BABYBAY.
Hey, what's good? What's good? I'm the new host.
Our host.
Not that host. I'm the host. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about roster mania, a look back on our careers, and much more. So make sure you guys stay tuned in. And shout out to Lailaic for the comment on the last NRG podcast. Don't forget to @NRG GG on Twitter to reclaim your prize. And also, if you guys want to win a signed jersey from all of us here, including me, and I'm not even a player anymore, don't forget to comment on the YouTube video down below as well. So as we know, roster mania is afoot. It's the off season, and it's your guys' off season. What can the people expect from NRG VALORANT this year, you know, with everything going on and all the shuffles happening?
I can start. I mean, it's just the same as every other team. Every single team is doing the exact same thing, trialing players, seeing what fits, what doesn't. You know, some teams are gonna, you know, stack their rosters and like try to like do full like 3-4 man changes. For us, it's not the case. We still have a core, which is a pretty decent advantage. Just got to go into it with that mindset that we just need to get players with the right fit.
Yeah, so what is the right fit for you guys? Like, what do you look for in a player? Like, and everybody chip in because obviously it's going to be different. But you are the IGL.
Yeah.
So I bet your word obviously carries heavier than the rest. But still, like, what do you look for in a player? Like, what are you looking for right now?
More specifically, we're looking at duelists. We're looking at initiator players because we lost a duelist and an initiator player. It only makes sense to fill those roles. We don't want to make too many like role changes if we don't have to. But we're looking at all players. I think it's good to keep an open mind when it comes to as much talent as we have in Americas and in other regions as well, because there are players that are willing to move as well. So you just kind of have to look at everyone and just see like what their comfort role is, see if this player kind of catches your eye or has caught your eye over the last year. And honestly, most of last year I spent watching more than playing. So I got a pretty good grasp of like what players are good and maybe underrated a little bit. So in that sense, yeah, that's the more like general answer that I can give.
So you guys like are obviously no stranger to picking up foreign talent. You know, you guys got artists and stuff like that. Is that something that we should be looking out for this year, or are you like mainly focused on trying to get NA talent for the most part and not repeat history?
I think you always. I don't know if you guys
got to keep it in mind.
Yeah, you always like look at your own region first. And see if, because there's visa stuff that you have to deal with. Other players sometimes don't want to move as well. You don't want to like go through all that if you don't have to. So you always have to look at your own region first and see if there's because like look at tier 2 right now. There's so much insane talent in tier 2 coming into tier 1. So I mean, a lot of those players are going to get picked up, and then you have to look at the players that maybe got replaced from their own teams or whatever. Like for example, there's Mata. Those kinds of players, just the Oxygen players as well. Like all these teams, M80 even if they don't win Ascension, those players will be wanted. Yeah. So there's a ton of players in your own region or in our region that we need to look at as well. But yeah, you always have it in the back of your mind that, and then there's also agents that do the work and kind of contact your org as well. So you kind of get a grasp of who wants to play with you, which is also a big thing.
Well, yeah, I was going to say like imports are like also not like first priority, because like if you're moving literally like countries, it's kind of like, even though you say like I'll be okay with it, you just never really know like if you're actually the one importing, like how the change of culture or whatever will like change you when you're actually in the States or if you're going to Europe. But no, I definitely agree with John. It's always like in the back of your head, but it's not like top priority, I would say.
I know a duelist that's from EMEA that's shopping around right now. His name's DERKE.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of noise, a lot of noise.
A little bit of window shopping, trying to get the salaries a little bit higher, maybe. I'm playing. But we were speaking about Ascension and whatnot. So clearly, there's going to be a 12th team in the league. Yeah. Are you guys looking forward to that? I think it's going to be better for the schedule and everything because I mean, obviously it was kind of a mess, you know, having 11 teams in a league.
I'm
it was
hoping,
kind of
like,
awkward.
Yeah, I'm hoping the scheduling is way better because last year I kind of gave them some leeway in my own head. That's like it's 11 teams. It's hard to get a proper format for 11 teams throughout a whole season. But if you have 12, you have a lot more options, like for format wise at least. So hopefully next year format will be like very easy. And outgoing.
Maybe an even bracket, you
Yeah.
know? You know,
Something
like-
simple.
I kind of want to get your guys' opinion on that too. Now that we talked about it, is, you know, how did it feel playing in that format that you had to go through last year? I know you guys came in a little bit late and
Yeah.
you were there the whole time, but I feel like from the outside in, because obviously this is like the year that I went into casting and whatnot, I really felt like it would have actually sucked to be a pro at this time, because if you lost like a couple matches, all of a sudden it's like you got to hit the panic button if it's not working, and I feel like that's kind of what you had to do.
Yeah, I mean, first split, like in the actual splits, it's not that bad because you play one match a weekend. So first split wasn't bad, but after first split, if you were at the bottom and then you learned that your record went into split 2, it's like, oh, so we're kind of just screwed no matter what. So like the bottom teams that were like 1-4, even 0-5, definitely sucks going into the second split. And then I think we were one of like the weird teams that played for some reason like 3 matches in just like 5 days or something.
Wow.
The second split, like the last week, all 3 of our remaining matches we played in like
Pretty cool.
it was less than a week.
Pretty cool.
So that was, I don't know if that's because like format or what, but
Probably,
that part sucked for sure.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen to you guys again. That was rough to watch, and it wasn't just you guys. It was like so many other teams too that just got absolutely like just destroyed by the scheduling. Come on, Valorant, let's go. Come on, bro.
No, in the last podcast we actually complained. Like I went into a big rant about it because it's our livelihood, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
To just have such a, like, I don't know, just to have it scuffed like that, the scheduling wise. I mean, like you said, it's not just us. Like a lot of other teams went through it too, so it kind of evens out at the end of the day. But it's just an overall issue with the game.
Yeah, everyone's been stressed out.
Yeah.
You know, like I've been doing my own little, you know, side thing where I interview some people, and
Yeah.
It's been stressful for every single person, including coaches.
Yeah.
Coaches get so much stress. Anyways, if you guys had an unlimited budget for a super team in an A, and this is not including your guys' selves or your teammates that you have right now, who would you get? Unlimited budget.
Not including us. This is just like
I think not include. You can't pick anybody from NRG.
Okay.
Just 5-man roster and a coach.
I guess you could have yourself on it, and then just like none of your teammates though right now. So like FNS is the IGL of this roster. What is your super team? You have unlimited budget, bro. You're on Sentinels.
In Americas?
Could be anything. Could be your dream team.
Oh no, man! It's just
Who's the God Squad? I know there's
so
a lot.
many good players.
There's a lot.
I'll go with DERKE just because you mentioned him.
Damn.
He's like an insane duelist. Has a lot of longevity, so it just makes sense. He's been playing consistently well for a very long time.
He had a killer year, dude.
Yeah.
He actually looked amazing this year.
And then, you know, most people would probably go for like Aspas or maybe like Jawgemo or something. All those are good options too, but I'll just pick DERKE. I'll just make one from every region. So me, DERKE, and then we'll try Primi. He's nice.
Yeah, Primi's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll just get the Paper X guys, and then DERKE and me. That'd be chill.
That's actually GG, no?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
GG,
that'd
bro.
be fun because I just get to call whatever I want. They
That
don't
would
care.
be
They've played
fun.
every style.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. So
maybe you're the secret.
yeah, like anything I call they'll be like, yeah, sure.
Bro, maybe you're the secret. I heard they're looking for one.
No, yeah, like, maybe. Are they actually looking for a player?
I don't know. Maybe. They might be. Maybe I just leaked on accident. Whoops.
I had no idea.
We don't know what's official, what's not anymore.
They might not.
Alright,
Who knows?
well,
you know?
Off season.
Unfortunately,
Off-season.
I have
Rostermania,
not been
baby.
contacted, but yeah, that would be a fun roster. I would make a fun roster more than anything else.
Oh,
Anyone else?
playing with David, that
Yeah.
guy. When I was on the desk, I got to interview him on the desk at Champs. Bro, he's got to be the funniest
No, David's insane too.
MFer I've ever talked to. Bro, this guy is hilarious.
Oh.
And he frags out, bro.
And-
He's like one of their best players,
I know.
like genuinely.
I always said that on my streams and I was watching them. I'm like, David, trust me. Just trust in David. I know everyone else,
David
not
we
as
trust.
reliable. But Forsaken as well, just so flexible in every role.
Dude, he could play like everything.
Yeah.
It's freaky.
Yeah. So I'll go with that. That'd be my team.
Who do you think? This is random, and then we'll go down the line. But who do you think is like the closest player to like a Forsaken in NA?
Maybe Ethan.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably this guy, right?
Yeah, maybe Ethan, because just
He
consistency
can play
and
anything.
flexibility.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I mean, Vic was pretty good.
Oh, you're right,
Yeah.
bro. Vic actually had to flex
Yeah.
around a lot for you guys.
Over the years that I played with him, he's played every role. The only time I didn't play with him was this year, and he was playing Sentinel for them.
Dude, I actually didn't mind. Like, so I did some trials with them, and I was actually surprised at like how like proficient he was at Senti. Like, he understood the role. Is what I mean. Like, a lot of people, if you slap him on something new, they're gonna be lost. You have to like coach him into it.
He never complained really about his role too much either. He just like whatever Chet put him on, he just plays. It was almost to a point where it was annoying because we had like an issue last. I could say it now because it was last split.
Yeah.
And neither of them are on my team anymore, so it doesn't matter. But like I personally had an issue with him wanting to play it because Chet's like, yeah, you should play Omen on Dicebox. And for a month straight, we practiced Omen on Icebox. And for this entire time, I'm like, bro, can you just give me Jet? Like, why don't you want to play Jet? And he's like, no, it's just like, I agree with Chet. Like, Omen's good. You know, and for the longest time, we didn't switch. And then we finally, towards the end, he's like, yeah, okay, Omen's not that sick. Because in my head, I'm like, what does Omen do?
No.
You know, like we had this whole argument. We had it like 4 different times. And then finally he like caved and played Jet eventually. But it's like, he's just very, very like system oriented. So he listens to whatever is told to him, especially by like his coach.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. He like takes on roles pretty well. So yeah, probably Vic or Ethan, probably closest.
Word. So you were kind of having like a mummAy crisis.
Yeah,
for a little bit,
kind
bro.
of, dude. Except I put mummAy on Omen, so it made more sense to me.
You're like, I've been through this already, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's not it. It's not it, bro.
No, but it's just because we didn't have a duelist on at all on
I
Xbox.
know,
And I'm
I know.
like, bro, like you can't get the same fights on Omen that you could on Jet.
Yeah.
And to me, this was such an obvious argument that it pissed me off when they like argued back. And so he just kind of had to like play Jet once, and then he's like, okay, yeah, like I see.
I feel it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So going back to the dream team, we got off on a little bit of a tangent there.
Like, I'm just trying to think. And I
Who you
don't
got, bro?
even know.
And you yourself included, bro. Just put yourself on duelist for once, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, man.
Problem is, I don't know if that many controller players are better than me.
Hey, what about this guy, bro?
Ethan?
Yeah, he's sick, bro. He came to when he first came to the game. He was controller player.
Yeah.
Better stats on Omen than him.
Oh,
Oh God.
We're doing that.
I do.
Wait, VLR.
we're doing that.
we're
Yeah,
still
we're
might be the
talking
number one.
stats.
I might be the number one
We're
Omen
talking
still.
stats.
Check VLR.
All right, I'll put Ethan on there.
There you go.
He was
Only
my
Omen, though.
Senti player.
Ooh, but
No,
you
you
can't
can't,
because
though.
he's on your team.
Oh,
Sorry, brother.
but I appreciate that. Keep going.
You
I'll
don't
get
have to
fast.
be duelist, by the way. You
Yeah,
could be controller.
Well,
It's
do I
fine.
have to pick myself? Okay, I'll just put myself in. Okay,
Yeah,
so I'll
put
pick
yourself in.
Aspas.
Who's your caller?
I'm getting there. I'm
All
getting
right,
Aspas there
One at
as
a time.
duelist.
Sorry.
Get there, me as controller.
Angel.
Ocean would be fun. Oh, actually, Angel.
Angel would be a
low-key.
fun one to play with.
Angel. Okay, yeah, I'd pick Angel. Angel would be fun as fuck to play with.
Are you making just like a fun
Totally
team?
serious, by
Yeah,
the
I
way.
don't know what
Yeah,
I'm making.
Angel on
Okay.
Sova
Yeah. I don't know.
or flashes, bro. Low key, he'd be inted on flashes.
Yeah.
He does play Yoru.
Any Senti players? Give me a fun Senti player to play with.
Sensi.
From
Oh,
NA,
Yeah.
Inspire.
I'll put Inspire in there.
This team,
And
bro.
then,
This team. Or Yay,
who
or
are you
Yay,
missing?
or Yay.
I'm not
or
even
Yay.
laughing at Inspire.
On-
I'm laughing at how fast you said Inspire. That was the
Unironically-
first person
Okay,
you
I
thought
just
of.
doodled them yesterday. That's why I'm not gonna lie.
Inspire and Angel
I
on the
doodled them
same
all
team.
yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
That's
my
why.
God,
That's
yeah,
why.
Inspire and Angel on the same team. I don't know.
Fire.
Shit would hit the fan.
That team would die in 3 days.
I think I might get artists in there.
True. That's a fun fucking
Now
team.
that I
He
don't
can
know.
play. Yeah, he can play like
That is a
flashes.
Yeah,
fun
you can pick
team.
Yeah,
whatever.
Put artists on flashes.
Now I don't
with
know what
Angel.
will happen.
No, that team's dead.
No, every
But
every
it's fun.
every game.
It's fun.
Every game we're going to Aspas.
I don't even know if you're gonna make it to first game, brother. You're not making it to the season.
Bro, they'll actually slap in scrims. You lose one match on stage,
No,
it's over,
I
bro.
legit
It's
don't
done.
think that team should scrim ever. They should just play stage matches because you're not gonna make it through scrims.
They probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's a roster.
That's your 5?
Yeah, that's my.
What about
five.
coach?
Ooh, that's actually a good one. We gotta
Yeah.
go back to you for that too.
Who's gonna
Who's
wrangle
like
in that
who's
team?
like a really disciplined and like
No,
strict
bro.
coach.
Bro, no, you need Alex from
Oh yeah,
you need him, bro.
Just
You
for
need
pure content,
bro. Boom.
every round.
Why can't I think of any coaches?
30
right
seconds in.
I thought about
Boom.
Josh RT.
now? Oh, that's
Oh,
Because
Josh, yeah,
because
Josh.
Josh is really about
probably
the
just like
Yeah,
leave.
discipline.
Josh is about he's about
the
that life.
discipline.
I just
he's
need a
about
coach.
that
Yeah,
life.
you need a coach that's just gonna leave immediately.
What about you, John?
Sadak
It could be
has
it could be a
low
player.
key Sadak
Oh,
as
could be a player?
coach would go
Yeah, it could be
hard.
anybody.
I get Andre.
Oh, fire, bro.
He'd have a blast.
Actually, with your team, yeah, 100%, 100%, 100%. All right, who you got, bro?
All right, so for the actual team, me, Jaw and Calm,
What is happening right now?
Boaster.
Did you say Jaw and Calm?
Yeah. Jaw
You
You
Calm,
have to get boosted.
No, fuck that.
Boaster. This is like a solid team though right now. He's
Let me
serious.
think, let me
Yeah.
think. I said Boaster, and what was the last one? Oh, Meteor.
Ooh.
Meteor was
Wait, you have like a real team.
No,
Wait,
like
that's like
We're just
legit,
fucking
though.
around.
No, mine's
I don't
legit.
know.
Mine's
Okay,
legit.
he made like an actual.
He actually made a
If
six
you want to
squad.
go, then
No,
go.
the
If
It's
you
because
want to
no,
go,
I know
then
what happened.
go.
He went third. He legit thought about
He thought
it
about it
the
the
whole
whole time. Yeah.
time. God
I
damn
made a
it.
God squad.
He's like, oh, see, Sam, what
Agents can
sentinel do
reach
you
out
want?
at
Sam, what sentinel? Oh wait,
Yeah.
Meteor is the fucking sixth sentinel.
Who would coach, bro? I can't. I'm like you right now. I can't think
I know.
of like who's.
I know
It's
one
hard.
coach from every region.
Just
but
pick a
there's
player.
12.
Just pick
I
you
know
pick
one
Sadak?
coach from tier 2 that I would pick up.
Who?
His name is BONKAR.
There's BONKAR. There's
Yeah.
Happy.
He's chill.
I think I would go BONKAR just because of what he's shown on Oxygen. I would go Ethan for sure because he's just
He's him.
he's like a Swiss Army knife.
Damn.
It's
Ah,
fucked
yeah.
up and
Can do it all.
decades of experience. I would actually go Som,
Okay.
but
There we go.
on Duelist though.
On
On Duelist, no cap. Because
Well, are
like
you
when you
not
first
playing
came to hear me out. When you first
Alright.
came to the game, weren't you like you were playing Duelist a lot,
I
right?
was.
But it was just too early for you. You didn't understand
Yeah,
the
I
game
was.
yet.
Yeah.
Now, like I've seen you play like ranked like a ton, right?
Yeah.
I think he would actually be absolutely ridiculous on Duelist, bro. Because like you just weren't
Do
confident.
we just
back
do
then.
it?
Yeah.
Do we just run it like run
Yeah,
your
I
duelist?
mean, I-
But he also is like one of the best controller players. But still, I
Bro.
think you on Duelist with the newfound confidence that you have.
Yeah.
So who do you
would just go
controller?
nuclear. Controller, I would go the what's his name? Karen. Karen. Yeah.
Calm.
Yeah. Actually, he might be better than you, bro.
He
I'm
is.
sorry.
No,
Yeah.
I'll be the one to say
Yeah, I'm sorry.
is.
He
He's
might
good.
be better
He's
than
good.
you. Yeah.
I'll give it to him. If there's a guy I'm giving it to, it's him.
Yeah.
There's Mako too.
Oh, Chichu.
Nah.
Chichu's
Karen.
insane.
Mako's yeah. Chichu's nice, but
Chichu's-
Mako's
Oh, yeah.
a blast from the past, bro.
Yeah.
He's IGL now too.
Karen's that
He
dude.
had a year though.
He
He like
did.
low
Yeah,
key did
yeah.
have a year.
He did.
He IGL'd this year too.
Yeah.
I put you on Duelist now. I can't pick up Premier or Aspas.
Yeah.
What
I
role?
would go.
What
I
role?
would go less on Senti.
You know what'd be funny is if you just picked up all these players, like you said, Aspas, but put him on Sentinel.
Right? I was thinking
Just
about it.
fuck
I'm
it.
not even kidding. Like
Who cares?
Primi, like Primi, when he first trialed for Talon, was playing Cypher. It was like weird, but like he was
Nah.
playing the style of Cypher where it was like me when I first switched to the game. I don't know if you remember that.
I
Oh,
don't.
we
Brother,
remember.
I was,
Wait,
I
we're
was
running it
Duelist-
down?
I was Duelist
Oh, yeah,
Cypher.
of course I remember that.
Okay, so actually I would do Premi on Senti. Why not? So we got you on Duelist, Karen,
Karen controller.
Karen controller.
Ethan flex.
Flex,
Primi Senti.
Premi Senti, and fuck, I'll put you on Sova, bro.
Everyone except
Oh, hell
me
yeah.
have played. So fuck that. What?
I'm doing it, bro. I'm
It
doing,
was Sova.
and actually, I'm the coach. Fuck, bro. I'm the coach. I'm not even playing, bro.
That's our
I'm the
roster.
coach.
Dude, I do remember those scrims though. Our scrims ended in literally 26 minutes.
Dude, that was a crazy
We would
time.
always
Those
get
were
like
like
a
our half
20-minute
days when we
break.
scrimmed you guys.
That was a crazy time, bro.
Yeah.
You know, this guy was almost on my team before he joined NRG.
Oh yeah.
Those
He
FaZe?
actually,
Yeah.
he actually, very close, dude.
So you chose
On
us
FaZe, you're
over
saying?
BABYBAY?
Yeah, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
He was like, dude, it was between him or Flya, and I was pushing hard for this guy, but Infamous,
They didn't like me.
you know,
Oh, no,
Infamous.
Surely not.
Yeah.
Someone
he didn't
stopped
even
it.
he didn't even tell FaZe management this guy was available, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me we're not winning that year. We had Dicey on Chamber, bro. This guy on flashes for me.
Quan on
It's
Chamber.
over.
Quan on
was
Chamber was
underrated
him.
on Chamber. I'm not gonna
Bro,
lie.
he was unbelievable.
insane.
He was
was
the
good.
second coming
He
of
was
Yay.
insane.
If Quan
He
had a
was.
good team around him, like an insane team when he was on Chamber, he'd win something.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. All we
was-
needed was you, bro. That's all we needed. We needed.
would've
We
activated
needed the
him, bro.
Swiss
I would've-
Army knife,
I
bro.
would've.
The guy with the major winning experience. That
I
was
got the
it.
better Chamber. it didn't matter.
Fuck with Quan.
Quan would not have touched
I
Yay.
mean, yeah. You had the god.
Yeah.
The
His
god.
chamber was unreal.
Chamber meta was crazy.
It was.
Bro, it was crazy having to play like Marved in that meta too, because I was like peak Marved where he was like confident as fuck. But it was like if you didn't run into Yay, who would just like hit every single op shot possible, even if you jiggled him.
Yeah.
You would run into Marv, who would like hold like a pixel off angle and also just one tap you. That was like,
you know what's actually
unbelievable.
really funny about Yay this season is like coming off of his horrible season.
Yeah.
Is like when I watch him play still, he literally looks like the same player I played with.
He just needs that
like
system,
in ranked and stuff. When I watch his stream, I'm like what the fuck could have possibly happened? You know, but like you have like somewhat an idea of what could have happened, but you don't actually.
So I had a like probably like a 2-hour talk with him like on the SpikeTalk that we do, and he pretty much said that it wasn't even it's not so much about him, but like even just like what he carries along with him.
Yeah.
So like all of a sudden out of nowhere, like his teammates are seeing that they're getting all attention, all this stuff, and now they're nervous, even though like it's not
like they're
them
on
at
the
all.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the spotlight now because of like being in Ye's shadow, you can say, right?
If they
'Cause
lose, it makes him look bad too.
yeah, and so like so now you have these young kids who just qualified through Ascension in the league now. They're in their head, you know, they've never had this type of shine before, like esports player of the year type, type shine. So it's like it kind of sucks to be in his position because like even if it's not like him playing bad, like if his teammates are like so nervous that they're playing with Yay or like the backlash that comes with it, now it's just like something that's completely out of your control, you know? Which is just like, dude, that's a different level of pressure entirely.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's tough.
That's
bro.
another thing.
But he's still good. I agree. Like he's like
he still has it.
He definitely.
There's no
has
question about it in my eyes. Like he still has it.
Pick
And
him up, bro.
that's why I like respect artists so
Pick
much.
him up, bro.
Okay. Sure thing. But no, that's why I respect artists so much because he had a similar he had to come to NRG where we had the spotlight on us at that point, especially with him coming in from the year he had as well. Like he had something to prove.
Expectations
as well.
were high,
for all of us, but like a lot for him too because he was the star duelist or whatever. So when he came in and he had that slow start, and then he was able to pick it up and we were still able to qualify, he was still such a good teammate throughout that. And people don't know the ins and outs of that, but to move from one region to a completely different region onto a team that's really good and to try to make them better, considering the year we came off of, is very hard to match that year. We came off the OpTic year when he joined, so it's a very hard task to be the next Yay, you know. So that's what he had. Those are the shoes he had to fill.
Yeah, you guys had crazy high expectations that year. That was nuts.
And so I respect him a lot because he came in and never once complained about that stuff. It didn't get in his head. It might have gotten in his head, but he never voiced
showed
it.
it.
Yeah.
He
just played.
And you're right. These are things that nobody.
These are just intangibles.
Nobody outside will ever know. The viewers will never know. They just see this guy that was cracked come in.
Well,
he's not playing that
everyone's
good.
reason is always
washed.
Everyone always says oh, you get paid to play. You should just be able to play.
Yeah.
But it's dude, there's a lot more to it. Pressure wise, the attention that you get when you do well, but also the hate that you get when you lose, it does affect people differently.
And even the game itself, the game, they could just change a patch. All of a sudden, it's a completely new meta. Characters that were good before aren't good anymore.
Wait, I do have a question, Ethan. Because I know we went through a lot of shit in our OpTic year, even when we were playing well. We went through a fuck ton of shit. So when you guys started playing well on EG, was there still drama?
No.
None?
There was never
You guys were
drama.
just smooth sailing?
There was never drama. We were just kind of ass.
No, I'm saying I'm saying when you guys started playing really well.
No.
It was just all smooth
It
sailing.
all just kept going up, and then Boosty left us, and it went down, and we lost. And then we disbanded.
Oh, I see.
If we just kept going, I think we just kept going.
I wish there was a behind the scenes documentary of our OpTic days, because there were
A lot of dark times.
There was a lot of hotel room talks, not hotel room but prac room, at events that you would not believe that some of the stuff that was being said, considering how well we were playing, because of the expectations we had for ourselves. You always want to you play it one bad map or one bad match and it's talked about for 3 hours, which makes sense because you always want to win. But I think to that that stuff, if that was ever out there, and it's probably similar for all sports teams really, when you look at the behind the scenes stuff, you're oh shit, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. So
That's part of what makes you a champion, though, because if
Yeah.
you don't go through those hardships, you're not going to have the same amount of synergy or chemistry with your
Yeah.
teammates. Because getting over conflict like that and like
Yeah.
coming to like
Yeah.
a decision and overcoming it as a team, that builds trust.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like you're playing like a god with the person next to you in the server, bro.
Yeah.
And it's hella underrated, though. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of teams, especially in NA, or actually I would say probably it happens the worst in APAC, is they'll like hold on to grudges and like they'll hold on to things and
Yeah.
then you won't even know. You're just gonna get
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah.
Like it's just done for you. You're like, oh, I'm not on the team
Yeah.
I guess
anymore.
that was a good
Okay,
thing. Though.
GG,
People
bro.
were able
Like-
to like voice everything.
Yeah.
I think Jake, because I brought this up because I feel for Jake, because considering what he went through, but he put a ton of pressure on himself on our team too. If he had a bad map, I don't know if you guys remember the Guild game. We played against Guild in our opening game at Copenhagen, I think. Yeah, it's Copenhagen, I'm pretty sure. And we lost that game 2-0 and we got rinsed. Like it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And after that game, Jake like had a bad game in comparison to what he normally plays. Dude, he was devastated, like actually devastated. Like you'd literally sit there and be like, dude, it's fine. Like it's not your fault. But he would like put it all on himself. So I can't even imagine this like last year, like what he did to himself.
Yeah, you definitely needed to do some soul searching. I
Yeah.
think he's in a good place now, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he looks great, dude. I hope he does make it into the league because
Yeah.
it's only good for the league if he makes it back
Yeah.
in. Honestly.
All right, sorry, big tangent. Let's move on.
No, yeah, all good. Speaking of retired and ex pros or even streamers, who do you guys think could make a comeback right now and do well? And obviously, we're not going to include TenZ and Sacy into this conversation because it
Tarik.
just happened.
This season.
I agree,
I
bro.
was gonna say
I
Tarik.
agree completely.
But
Derek-
I don't think he would do insanely well. I think he can make a comeback and play in tier 1 and be an average to above average player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he could be like a star. But I do think he would like be able to fit a role and play it.
What
think he-
role do you think you would fit
I
best
have no
in?
idea.
Right?
I think he only plays dual.
He only
Yeah.
I
plays
know he
duelist,
only
right?
plays duelist, but
You could throw in like Clove.
controller maybe?
Yeah, maybe Clove or something.
Yeah.
Omen?
Who else is retired?
I would say Yassine or Subroza.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Subroza?
one.
Yeah. I feel like okay,
Anyone gonna say Shanks or no? Nobody?
should we just
Oh, okay, no problem.
let's
You
just
know
not
what
mention
though?
that.
You know what though? You know
Let's just
what?
not mention that name.
There was a time. All right, hold up. There was a time where we actually trialed him on FaZe for that 5th slot before we got like Rossi, I think. And I was actually shocked. I'm gonna be honest. I was shocked at how good his comms were. He actually had sick comms.
Imagine, I can't imagine
Bad.
you played
Bro,
with Ryan on
Yeah,
a
I
team.
did play with Ryan.
I
I just want
swear-
to know what he sounds like when he's serious.
Dude, he's legit.
He's like, I don't know. I almost want to say he's like the same on stream. Besides the whole like entertaining part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like instead of trolling, he's like
yeah.
serious and he
Yeah.
had energy and he was
Yeah,
actually
yeah, he
spitting,
is the
bro.
same.
Yeah,
Like
just wants
he
it.
was saying good shit. Like
Yeah.
actually.
Okay. Well,
I actually think he
Yeah,
could
he
do
just
it.
missed on like a couple drones.
a couple drones here and there.
and a couple sky
couple
dogs.
barns.
And then Daps would get a little bit angry, and then Chet would be like, "What the fuck? I'm going back to CS." No, I was about to say, I think Yassine's not playing seriously for the past like 2-3 years on stream.
Yeah.
But he still has it. If he wanted to and played 12 hours a day and like scrimmed,
Yeah.
I feel like Yassine would be insane.
Don't play with Yassine this year?
I'm down.
You fuck with Yassine
What
or
did he play
no?
before?
But the thing is,
What did he
yeah,
retire? Like what age did he
yeah,
retire?
I
at?
think he played
Sky,
controller.
bro.
Didn't he play controller?
No, he was.
No,
oh,
definitely not.
Sky.
Yeah, he was Sky. I'm
He was
pretty
a
sure.
Sky, like
Sky-
Sky one trick
Not
pretty
Silva
much.
ever.
No.
He was Sky a
I
lot.
swear he played
Phoenix.
controller.
Sky Phoenix.
He played everything. I think he was like.
I think you're right. I think he played Omen at some point. I think I remember
at
seeing
the
him
end
on
he
Omen.
played controller.
Really?
Yeah.
I
And then
don't
he
remember.
called it. But either
I
way,
would probably
like,
put
he
him
has it.
on like
I agree though.
Yeah.
Yassine is okay. Yassine is probably number 1. I agree with that.
Does anyone in EMEA retire, or is it only NA?
Artist retired.
Artist retired. He's done.
Artist retired, but he just retired.
Yeah, he just retired. He's like 10s. But like I don't
So that
know.
doesn't
I
count.
don't know
Wait,
if
he
You know,
retired?
it, like doesn't count.
Did he say he
It
retired?
has to be
No.
somebody that's
I don't
been
know
like
if he
retired
actually
for
retired.
like
Over a year, I think.
Yeah,
I know
for
he's
over a year.
okay.
at
He
least.
said this on stream, so I guess I could say it. But he was like, I'm gonna see how I feel streaming for a month, and if I enjoy it, I'll just do it.
Artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A month
Dude,
is
I
so
think he
short.
should. He's one of the funniest people
Yeah,
I think
he's
I've
a
ever
good
watched.
streamer.
Dude, even like in beta when he was with the yo, I'm walking on wall.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that would like ever since he did like stuff like that, I was like, wow, bro.
The problem with artists and streaming is he's gonna say something like
out of pocket.
Yeah, he's just
get
gonna get banned.
canceled.
He's just gonna get banned, not even canceled, just
Oh,
banned. He's
banned?
uncancelable. You can't
cancel him, right?
But
Yeah.
he is gonna get banned.
Damn.
I just know it's coming.
But then he'll get the kick deal.
Huh?
But then he'll get the
Oh
kick
yeah,
deal.
fair enough. He will be very like. I love how controversial he is, but that's because I know him. Like when you like know your boys, so you're like whatever they say, you don't really care. But then like other people don't know them, so they take it seriously. It's like that with artists.
Like he doesn't actually mean anything bad. He's just troll.
He's literally just entertaining people.
Yeah. I mean, he's hella entertaining. That's for sure. Yeah.
What
I don't
about
know.
James?
James, no.
You don't think so?
I think he's over it.
James?
I think he's over
Like
it.
Hayes.
And the problem with James has always been the
Oh.
same thing. I don't know if you agree. You played with him, but the James problem has always been he can't get past his stubbornness. Like when he thinks he's right, he's just right. And
That's true.
I had that issue too, and I had to like fix it. Like you have to be able to listen to other people, and like even if you think you're 100% right, you have to hear the other
him
side out.
Yeah.
That was a problem I had for years. So it's something that when him and I are on the same team, it was definitely like.
Most of the time though, when he's like stubborn about something, like you almost understand his side.
No, you do.
But there's
He's
always
he's very good at like explaining his points and stuff like that. It's
There's just always other sides.
yeah. And then his other issue was just like the tilting, but I'm sure that's like
Yeah.
fixable.
Yeah.
I want to see James on a team, which is like a bunch of like cracked 18-year-olds
I would love to see that.
just like running around.
I don't think he can handle it. I think he tried doing that on TSM, right? And he just like
Yeah,
I
he
feel
was like, yeah, I'm done.
Actually,
Yeah,
that was like our energy days.
Yeah,
Never
he-
mind.
yeah,
We've seen
I
that
know.
before.
Yeah, I
I'll
do
tell you
agree
what.
though with the scene thing. I think he's for sure like the highest. I would rate him the highest out of like the players that are retired.
Yeah.
Who could come back and like actually
He's sick.
Yeah.
He's sick. Even if you like go back and like watch some of his old clips, like of like when he was playing pro, like some of the spray downs he had with the Phantom,
No, he's
Yeah.
good.
I was
Yeah.
like, damn,
He
bro.
just has a good understanding
It
of the
was
game.
crazy.
He's literally, to me, he's almost like Ethan. He'll play whatever, he'll calm everything, and he'll say things that like most players just don't say.
He's like a Walmart Ethan.
Yeah.
He's better than
Don't
you.
listen to Sam.
He's better than
You're not
you,
Walmart.
but it's all good.
But I
You're
always
not-
said that
you're
even,
not Walmart.
I even said that in CS. I was like, Yassine and Ethan are similar to me, and like teammates wise. So
He was definitely a good like game IQ.
yeah,
Not a lot of people have like a very noticeable game IQ. Like they'll have like good comms or like they're good at aiming.
yeah,
But like
He's actually smart about how he
Yeah.
thinks about the game.
yeah.
that's what I noticed first about like Asuna when I played with him. Like the best game IQ I've ever seen.
Really?
Like just random shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, right? Me and him,
Really?
Same reaction.
I've never heard him say this.
Yeah. Like just obviously has improved probably. But,
Yeah.
like when I first joined, like the one thing I remember is you'll be just like randomly playing around and he'll randomly he'll be dead or alive. Most of the time he'll be alive and he'll just be calling everything he sees around the map at like any time.
I wonder if he still does that with Boosty there.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like there'll be like random.
He does it in ranked.
You know in chat
Really?
Yeah,
how
he
it
doesn't
says
rank.
like enemy spotted or like bomb down here or whatever.
Yeah.
He would instantly call
He's
it.
on it.
He's on like he's just on every.
It's like one thing for players to know, but to be able to comment to other players
Yeah.
and like say like mid round basically is a whole like different kind of level.
Just like
Yeah.
decisiveness on like rotates. Like
Damn.
before
Just like
someone
gained a little respect for him.
No, he's good.
A little. Do you think he should have? Do you think Asuna should have stayed on that like main duelist jet role and actually just practiced like opping a little bit more? Like, do you think that would have been better fit for him than what he has to do now? Like in
think-
terms of like his trajectory in his career.
I don't remember if he was taken off of it or if he decided to switch off. But let's say like he was taken off of it. I think he did have like a little bit of a problem with like overheat. And so if he was taken off, it makes sense, right? You're putting him on the support role. He can't really as easily overheat. But
I just like I think about like Zekin, and I'm like, you know, because Zekin was a Raze player for like the longest time, and he learned Jet, and he actually like got really fluent at it. So I'm just like wondering, I'm like, I wonder if Asuna would have been at that level, because I feel like he could have been, because like like when I think of like the Razes at that time, it was like those two, for the most part. And I do just wonder if he would have just like gave it a try and just stuck with it, if he would have actually.
Not gonna
learned
lie,
Jet.
he's one duelist or one player that I do think needs a win. Just needs a win under his
Yeah.
belt for how like well he's been able to play and all the different agents that he's played. And on top of that, like I've really never heard a bad thing about him.
Yeah.
Truthfully, like for how much I troll him, I've literally not heard one bad thing about him. And when we play against him in like scrims and stuff, and even matches, like he is good. He's obviously a very, very good player. And now he finally has a team that like is on his level, sort of like in terms of. I think they could actually compete next year if they kept their lineup or whatever. So,
Yeah.
because they were like pretty close this year.
Yeah, I mean, they
literally
just choked like
Yeah.
right at the end against Crew. They should have made it.
But they had
there.
some good wins this year, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they made it.
I think if they made champs, they
Far
would
in
have had that little
Shanghai.
bump in confidence.
Yeah.
Where they would have. I don't think they would have gone extremely far, but I think they would have done well in champs
Yeah.
if they made it.
I think that just goes to show like the scheduling problems too, though. It's that like they go to Shanghai, the meta change, they come back. You clearly like saw a pattern of teams struggling that went to Shanghai, other than like Heretics. But those kids are just freaks. Like that Heretics team might be the only team I've seen copy somebody's composition, implement it within like 24 hours, and make it look better than the team that
They're
originally
good.
did it.
They're very good.
I've never seen a team be able to do it like, and you need 5 players that understand the game at like a high IQ level,
Yeah.
like you were saying,
Yeah.
to do that. Like that's like unheard of, bro.
Yeah.
I was
In
gonna
Valorant.
say, yeah, they're all good enough to where like you can just stick them on random shit. and
Crazy.
No.
They
make it
already
work.
know how to play it, but they need to like incorporate it into a team setting,
It's nuts.
which obviously they can.
Yeah.
So that's probably why. it
Crazy.
worked so
They
well.
did it 2 times. They did it on Bind where they stole 100 Thieves comp, ran it against them,
Yeah.
destroyed them, and then they did the double controller after they were running only Breach like all year.
Yeah.
On Lotus. And they just made it work within like a day. It's just like crazy, that team. Speaking of retirements, we talked about it a little bit. TenZ and Sacy, they're done. They're done with the game. Most notably for us though, because like we've seen his whole journey, like from start to finish. I guess you can say it's not
Yeah.
done, but TenZ Tyson. What do you guys think about his retirement, and what do you guys think that he meant to the game of Valorant?
I mean, I'll just go first. Honestly, he was like the main reason, or one of the main reasons why I switched to Valorant. Because at the time I was playing CS, and I kind of like blew up with him in CS, kind of like in the Rank S FPL.
Mm-hmm.
And he switched to Valorant, and I was still playing CS, but like I saw him and I just saw him farming, literally just farming pugs, like qualifiers and stuff. So definitely for me, it was like, yeah, this guy was with me in CS, and now he is Valorant. So seeing him retire, honestly, I'm happy for him. I think retirement life, and like, I'm sure he's gonna pursue content. Like
Yeah.
that is just the way to go, especially with how stressful competing is. That is the way. So definitely happy for him, because it's kind of like when you're a pro player and you have that backup option as like a streamer. It's like there's so many positives you get out of that. So
Yeah.
he left
So-
his mark.
I think I compared it like as soon as I saw him retire, I thought of Shroud, but like for CS,
Yeah.
it was like the same thing.
Yeah.
Like Shroud was like that guy in CS, and then he made it out, and he left, and he went to streaming, and he's like obviously doing extremely well. And then Tyson's gonna be the exact same way. But
Yeah, he's been good.
Tyson was already doing well,
He's already doing it.
Yeah.
so it's like he can only get better at it. So
Yeah.
good for him. Definitely sucks. I feel like we're just consistently losing players. But I mean,
You like Tyson? We need a duelist.
The good thing is there's young
Come on.
guns coming up.
like just the scene. Yeah, I mean, for every person that retires, there's like
There's like
4 or 5
New
kids
young
that
guns,
just,
yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
the
Come
young
on.
kids are so cracked too.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's good for the scene. I mean, even if a couple people leave, I think it's still this scene is thriving with the tier 2 talent, like we said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good for Tyson. I mean, him and Sacy, I think, especially Sacy. Sacy's had a lot of
Yeah, Sacy too.
a long career. I'm sure he's gonna be happy being done with this shit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, me and Sam didn't compete this year, so I know the non-stress life of streaming, and I can tell you that I'm sure for him, like winning 2 masters already. I'm pretty sure both Sacy and TenZ have won 2. I mean, Sacy's won champs.
Sacy won
Yeah.
champs.
Yeah.
Champs and masters. We beat the game.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much else you can do in this game, right?
Yeah.
There's not tournaments every single year. There's not like 4 different third-party or things that you can, play. It's just
Yeah.
right. And they've done everything in the game that they wanted to do. The goals they set out for themselves, they achieved. So I think it only makes sense that the next step is to try to do something different. And for him, he's also very young, which is huge. Both of them are pretty young. So
Yeah.
it makes sense for them to like pursue something and still be like in their 20s and stuff, just kind of pursuing a completely different thing and mastering that as well. And like the thing with streaming is it gives you so many more avenues. With competing, it's great. It's amazing. Everyone loves to do it. We're very privileged to do what we do, but you're kind of in one lane. You don't get to go anywhere else. You're just in this lane. With streaming, there's plenty of other places that you can go, You also get to spend so much time with people that you might have not been able to before because you're just practicing all the time.
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just opens up so many more avenues for you, business opportunities for you. And I feel like because they've completed everything in this game, it only makes sense that that's the next step. So, I mean, I think it was the best decision they could have made.
How long has Sacy been playing for?
The whole time, right?
He only played Valorant, right?
He was a pro in another game, but I don't know which one it was.
Yeah.
Somebody
Like
did
Crossfire
it.
or some shit. I don't know.
Was it Crossfire?
I have no. I'm just saying shit.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Like a lot of the Brazilian talent are like world champions at Crossfire. Like
Really?
Mazin, he's a world champ in front of like 30,000 people.
No.
Crazy, yeah.
How old is Sacy?
26, I think. We'll have to fact check that though. I could be wrong.
He did tell, I think it was Jake. After they'd beaten us at Iceland the first time, that one of the first matches we played, he actually walked up to Jake. It was like such a humble moment because I didn't really know what to say. It was during it was like after the matches, like you go to your media stuff, and we're just waiting outside while they're doing their media stuff. Sacy walks out after he's done his interview, and he sees Yay there sitting, and I was beside Jake, and he just goes, "Yeah, dude, I've just been such a big fan of you for like so long," and I'm like, "Damn,
Wow.
that's just like we're not out of this event. We're gonna, we're playing you next." See, I can't imagine saying that to a player. I just don't have that in me.
Yeah.
So to have him be as humble as he was in that moment, it was like very eye opening because I'm like, damn, this man's better than I am. Like as a human, like, I can't do that. But it was pretty cool to see. That was my first experience with him. Yeah. And then even with like all of those guys, all those Brazilian guys, like Sadak, for example, it was just they always say these things that are just so like from the heart, and you're like, damn, like you guys are genuinely sweet people. Like it's. Yeah. Very interesting how the culture differences. Like I guarantee you, no player in America is saying some of the stuff that they say in the way that they're just so like.
We're too toxic.
Yeah, exactly. We're actually dicks in comparison. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna lie.
He's right, but I'll tell you what though, they're demons in the server. Though.
I know.
Oh.
Like and if you play across from them at LAN,
I
mean,
have
they're just like
plenty of times. I know. Yeah,
bro, I know how it is, man.
I'll miss that though. I'll miss like playing against him. I really, dude. You know what I thought was gonna happen? I didn't think he was going to retire. I thought that they would like remake a version of Loud
with Osbos, right? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That would have been fire. I think that's what everyone was hoping for.
That would have been it.
I heard like rumors about that too, like
I did
Osbos and Sacy trying to.
I think that was just like copium on everyone else.
It was
just saying shit. But
sad.
I mean, I think it's the best decision they could have made. They've done everything in the game.
I also think it's good to retire on a high, and I think that this year for Sentinels was definitely a high.
I agree,
like for sure, bro.
I agree.
And even like the fact that they got fourth, I think, at Champs, right? Or was it? Yeah, they got fourth at Champs. Like that's huge, bro.
Yeah, pretty good. Especially after the year they had.
Yeah, that's like, crazy, dude. And they were like nonstop all year long. Like before the year even started, they were going.
Plus, there's only 3 events in a year. If you've won one, you've kind of had a already successful year in comparison to like other teams.
Yeah, we're still gonna see them too. They're still gonna be involved in the scene. I guarantee it. Like Sacy's definitely gonna be streaming. He pulls big numbers. TenZ is never gonna stop streaming. Yeah, exactly. So they'll still be around, but
I think it's sick though. I mean, what more can they really do?
I know that should be every player that's in the league right now, especially the younger kids. Build your flipping brand, bro. Look at this guy.
Yeah, you need
like.
to.
Look at this guy too when he did his streaming stuff.
Yeah,
you have to.
You have to because the end goal is to become that Shroud or TenZ for Valorant, right? You want that. That's what you want in terms of your career. Because it gets you more revenue, like you said.
Yeah,
you get
I mean, it's not even about the money. It's more the opportunities it gives you to branch out to something else.
Yeah.
Because then you're actually using the experience that you got to, go into different places. But if you're just stuck in you're not going to stream, then what are you going to do after streaming? Or after competing? Mm-hmm. And that's like a question I feel like a lot of players don't really have an answer to and don't really think about all that much.
Yeah. A lot of people.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like a lot of people like they just hate the thought about streaming. Like as they're like their whole grind set is just pro play, and then they just hate the second thought of just streaming. But
I think
never
they think
even
it's a waste
tried
of time or something.
Yeah, but they never even tried it. I mean, honestly, it was the same for you.
Yeah,
it was the same for John, and I really I pushed him literally like every day. I'm like, bro, just trust me, just do it. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't like it, just do it and like get into it. Try it, and then if you genuinely don't like it, then that's okay. But I think from my personal experience and even John's, like you will enjoy it. That's something that you will enjoy, even if you're not an entertainer.
Because you build something of your own. It has nothing to do with your team. Has nothing to do with anyone else in your life. It's just you and the people that are watching you. And I think there's a rapport there that you build, a community that you build that I feel like there's just no way to explain it till you actually do it.
Yeah.
And that's what was fun for me and is still fun for me to stream. But one thing I will say is it is very difficult for me as a player to stream if I'm competing. It's two different mindsets for me.
Super hard.
But when I stopped competing at the end of last year, I was like, I have nothing else to do. And Sam's messaging me every day, get on, let's play.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, fine, like, sure. And then it got to a point where like the first month we were literally just playing 8 to 10 hours a day. And then I just got used to it. And then you just get used to it. Even if you don't want to do it, you eventually, if you push yourself to, you get into it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And then all it does is benefit you in the future because you've now built something for yourself that, you know, you can actually say you didn't just win one thing in this game. Like for me, all I could have said if I didn't stream is, oh, I won this one thing 3 years ago. Cool. But yeah, I mean, it is great to see that players like Tyson, players like people like Tarik, Sam, all these people that have succeeded through it, because I think they set a good example for, you know, future players to come in and do the same thing and kind of become the new face of Valorant or whatever.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Ethan?
Oh yeah, just like a different POV for like, because I don't inherently like streaming either, right?
Yeah.
Or enjoy it.
You still do it though.
I still do it.
Yeah.
But just for like younger players, I feel like it's super important. You don't even have to like stream with the intention of entertaining, but stream with the intention of like getting your name out there, especially if you're trying to go pro. If you don't care,
Oh yeah,
then
definitely.
whatever. But if you're in like the tier 2 league, let's say you're in challengers and you just play ranked every day, you just don't stream, like just hit a button and now people can watch you play what you're gonna play anyway, right?
Yeah,
So,
if you're one of those kids that has Twitch in your name and you're not live,
yeah.
Always.
hit
You
that
always
button
see
and go
those.
live, buddy. Hit that button and go live, buddy.
Yeah.
Bro, even
See
like
how you play now.
if
No,
you
I'm
get like
kidding.
a random clip, like just random clip, once in a lifetime,
Puts you on the
clip,
map.
Yeah, literally, because then
Actually.
everyone sees it. Because like it's not just you on TikTok. Everyone's on TikTok. Everyone's on the Instagram Reels, the YouTube Shorts, and just one clip, your name's out there.
There's definitely more that we can get into, and I'm sure we will in a future podcast for sure. But we're going to go to our next segment now, and it's going to be underrated or overrated, basically. Just going to say a word, and then we're all going to go overrated, underrated,
Oh, cool.
however it may be. And there's a couple interesting things here. So the Val offseason, underrated, overrated.
Underrated for sure. Y'all
You
don't
think
even know
so?
the half of it, bro. From public knowledge?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
From
guess so.
public POV.
Do you even have an off season? You get like a week off, you know? Well, I guess you guys
It
had a
feels
long
like
off season.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a...
You guys had a long off season.
Yeah, it was a plenty of time.
It was plenty of time.
Sadly, a plenty of time. I just streamed. I don't know.
People think there's a lot, but there's a lot more than they think.
Yeah.
And they'll know in a couple weeks.
Next one, anime.
I
Underrated,
think it's good
overrated.
where it's at.
Yeah,
There are people that
Perfect.
just hate it.
it's perfect.
Yeah, there are people that just hate it, and it's all right. And
As an ex anime hater, I'm gonna say underrated, just
fair.
because I've just
you really
recently,
gotta give it a go, though. That's like anime is like a thing that like you really gotta try it.
bro. My first anime was One Piece.
Yeah, like see, like
Like I really gave it a try, bro. I really gave it a try.
so
many
One Piece is
episodes.
like
I
a
love it, though.
1,000
I'm
episodes.
wearing a One Piece shirt.
Yeah, it's like 1,000
Dude.
episodes.
Yeah.
But you find that one anime that's like 24 episodes, like not even like
Mm-hmm.
24 to like 48, like a good amount, and then you just like you just
Yeah.
start looking for more like that.
Yeah,
But
it's addicting.
yeah, I think it's a good place though. Like some people just
I will
don't
say, there's very few people that have watch it and go like, yeah, it's just shit.
yeah.
You know, like everyone that says it's bad also hasn't seen any.
Like
yeah,
any
that
good
that was
one,
one of
yeah.
those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, legit. All right, this is gonna be a funny one, but you could be brutally honest.
okay.
Underrated, overrated, BABYBAY.
Underrated, overrated.
I say underrated, especially since we said you can.
Okay,
come back.
underrated because I don't know.
Damn.
Underrated because I don't know you as a player like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'd say
if you're on,
underrated.
if you were on my team or something, we played, and then I could have a better
You're like,
judgment.
this guy's actually ass.
no, I'll be able to say.
He's actually brain
I'd be able
dead.
to say, but like, I never ever said like, oh, BABYBAY's bad. I said BABYBAY's wasting my time in scrims. I never said BABYBAY was bad.
I would agree with that though.
I'd say underrated, but BABYBAY, like I had the pleasure of playing against you in scrims, and you're one of those guys that like honestly reminded me of me. Like I just like there's like times where I just want to run it down, and you were always running it down.
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
But it was all calculated.
I think you're rated perfectly.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right, bet. All right. Next one, talking shit. You know, obviously we see a bunch of Valorant players recently, of course. You had the pleasure of being on a team with one of the biggest yappers.
Oh yeah.
Underrated, overrated, talking shit in Valorant.
I'd say from Boostio, I think it's a little underrated. I think it does more than you think to the enemy team.
Yeah.
And it's good for. I think it's underrated too because it affects your team also. When your teammate starts
That's the big
talking
one.
shit to the
Yeah.
other team,
That's the
you're
big
like, oh,
one.
yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
underrated for that reason. I think it hypes the players on your team up. It,
Yeah.
it instills confidence in them that you have confidence to talk shit. So I think underrated for sure.
Yeah. I definitely agree with underrated. Especially like when you're at LAN and like you're like next to them. Oh my gosh.
You just feel the vibes.
Like
You
you
just
guys
feel
been
it.
watching Ascension, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
losing their
yeah.
minds over there.
Oh, my
yeah.
gosh,
yeah.
bro.
People are standing
Yo,
up.
they're going
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But you could tell like there's some players that crumble under that pressure. Like when
Yeah.
they're getting shit talked to, and
Yeah.
there's a kid just standing over them, pointing at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go more towards like different things. Sushi, underrated, overrated.
Overrated.
Damn, really?
I used to like sushi and then it hurt my stomach. So
Oh,
Like, fish
you
just
had a
hurts my
bad spot,
stomach.
like here in LA, or like
no,
where?
no. It just hurts my stomach. Like fish just doesn't
Oh,
do
in
well in my
general.
stomach. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
But
But it
it
wasn't
tastes
always
good.
like
It
that.
tastes good. Okay, fine. It's not overrated because it tastes good.
I definitely wouldn't say sushi is underrated though.
Yeah.
Like there's no
Yeah,
way it's
yeah. I
think it's
underrated.
rated.
It's just rated.
It's
Yeah.
rated.
Yeah.
Yeah. People like
Yeah.
it.
Most
It's
people
valid.
just say
Sushi
is
is
good.
valid.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But they always say like, oh, this sushi place is like sucks in comparison to this one. But that's it.
Yeah.
Players.
Overwatch
Underrated,
players.
overrated. Yeah, we're gonna mix it up. Not the game. Overwatch players.
In Valorant, or
Yeah.
just Overwatch players?
In
Oh,
Valorant. In
In
Valorant.
Valorant.
Yeah, in Valorant.
Who's
Sinatra,
Derek,
Derek
Sinatra,
Oh,
me,
actually, yeah.
Corey.
bro?
I think they're underrated, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit under. I think when Valorant first came out, everyone was like overrating CS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I would agree with
underrating
that. Yeah.
Overwatch
Yeah.
Yeah.
when
Yeah, I agree.
when they were like pretty much on the same level, because like Overwatch is more abilities, and then CS is just more aim. But it's like Valorant's a mix of both.
Yeah.
So I'd say
Fair.
underrated.
I agree with that.
Deadlock, that new game that's out. Not the agent.
Overrated.
I
Or
don't
the
know.
agent. No, I'm
I've never
playing.
even played it.
I've never played.
I've never played it.
Never played it?
Wait, isn't that the game with like the third person?
It's an FPS Dota.
Yes, it's
isn't it third
Valve's.
person?
It's Valve's.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, third person Dota 2 shooter.
I don't know.
You guys have never played it?
I've never been into like what is it, MMO?
MOBAs?
MOBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played
MOBAs.
it.
Not even League.
I've been grinding it hard. I'm gonna go. I don't know if it's underrated.
Everyone I've heard that plays it fucking
Loves
loves
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
everyone
think it's
likes it.
rated
I think
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
definitely
rated. I don't know if
rated.
it's
Is it
overrated.
overrated?
because everyone
It's
loves
too
it.
early. We don't know yet,
Yeah.
bro. We don't know yet.
It's true.
I could say for an FPS MOBA, solid. bro.
Pretty good.
'Cause
Solid.
there's not other FPS MOBAs, right? That's like the first.
They have like Smite and like
Oh, okay.
some other stuff like that, but the way that like Valve does it, like they just
different.
do stuff different, bro.
Yeah.
Like Valve has like every good like actual good game. So we're getting towards the end here, and we're gonna take a look back on our careers. If there's one thing that you guys could do differently, in your career so far, what would it have been and why?
I would have immediately switched to Valorant as opposed to waiting. Because then I would have been able to play with Wardell and Yassine and all those guys.
Oh my gosh, you would have had like
Oh,
a
yeah.
crazy squad,
Yeah.
bro. if
That's
you
the only
were-
thing. That's the only thing I think I can think of.
That
like,
team probably would have
career-wise.
still been together if you were there. That would have been the core.
Yeah,
you
that would
had.
have been a good time for sure. Because we would have just owned like they did,
Wow.
and it would have been a good time. Like I think the beginning of Valorant is very like I'm very nostalgic about it, even from my perspective, because it was just it blew up so fast.
Yeah.
And there were so many hype matches, and there was just so much, like, I don't know. I liked the hype of it, and I also liked how young the game was and how everyone was learning new things.
All
and
the
stuff.
tournaments
Yeah.
too. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, so I'll go with that.
I mean, for me,
Getting off Jet? No, I'm playing.
okay, if it's not Valorant, the only like actual regret I've had in my esports career was during the COVID year. Like, if COVID never happened, I don't know how good Gen.G would have been, because we were on a pretty we were on a high, because we won DreamHack Anaheim, and then the major qualifiers happened. We qualified, but then COVID hit, and then the whole event got canceled.
Oh wow.
So I didn't know how good we were gonna go. or like how long we were gonna go, or if we would have won anything. But after winning that event and then like just winning the qualifier to qualify for the major, and then COVID hitting, it just kind of like stopped everything. And then I just switched to Valorant. But yeah, I mean, if I could change that, I think I would. But it's not something I regret, because like Valorant is like pretty much changing my life. But
Yeah.
if there's something to regret, I think it's just that. But it's just out of my control.
Yeah, you couldn't even do anything about it. That happened to me too. I was supposed to go to Paris that year for Overwatch. Sad, man.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Paris since. I never even got to go. What about you?
I don't know if this is for career, but maybe just like streaming more at the start. Because when I first switched to Val, it would never happen in CS. But like starting when I switched to Val, I joined 100 Thieves, and I was like by far the most popular team.
Oh,
especially
yeah.
for streaming.
Definitely.
And I got really good numbers when I first joined. But I just didn't stick with it. And if I feel like I stuck with it till now, it would have gone like very well.
Yeah, me too, bro. I feel you on that one, bro.
And maybe just like pouring like more time into Valorant, like less. Now that I've been like part of it for so long, just like you don't have forever. So I feel like any of the shit I did before, like outside of the game, I could have just done after Valorant. But like since I'm in it right now, I should just dump everything into it. You can always do stuff afterwards. There's always more time after.
Yeah. I don't usually regret many things in life that happened to me, because I feel like everything happens for a reason. But if I was to go back, I would probably, around the time when I was popping off in that Schmieg era and you guys wanted me, I probably would have listened to you and like legit been like, I'm not playing at all, and just streamed. And then had FaZe let me go so I could join this guy's team. Yeah. Because at some point, bro, like this guy was going to take a pay cut, bro.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like we were that deep in talks and it just didn't happen. And he was like, bro, just bench yourself.
Just make
Trust
it
me.
happen, yeah.
He's like, he did, bro. He did. He was like, bro, just bench yourself. I've seen this happen time and time
Well,
again.
because you said you were like,
I wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted to come. Yeah. But dude, me and Jimmy, that was like, me and him were insane at that time. Bro.
Yeah.
But then again, I think about it, and this is why I say everything happens for a reason. Would I have been able to perform at the level that Ye did? Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, nobody knows. And then obviously
never know.
trying to get you, I probably should have pushed harder.
I'm
obviously.
like you though. I don't really like look at things as regrets.
Yeah, no, like
You
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't really like, but it would have been a different life.
Yeah.
You know, interesting. What was your guys' like highlight in your career so far? And let's try to keep this within Valorant. Like, what was like the highlight that you've had? Like your most favorite moment that you've had of all time?
Favorite moment of all time. I mean, obviously, just probably winning Iceland, because it was so surreal. I didn't even react. You know, it didn't hit for like an hour after.
Wow, how did it feel when it did hit though?
It was insane because me and Jimmy are just looking at each other like we just won. Like actually, we're like, because we had these little locker rooms
won,
at
fam.
Iceland. Yeah, he literally said that. He's like, "Yo, John, you actually did it, yo." And I'm like, "No, I know." And for him, like obviously, he hasn't competed as long as I've competed.
Yeah.
You know, and I haven't won much, so I was like, "Yeah, no, I know. That's crazy for me too. Trust me." But yeah, it was just a very like chill. It was like the perfect team to win with too for me, because these guys are all players that I handpicked for me. So I was like, it's nice to celebrate it with them, and like, yeah, it was just a good moment.
I mean, I think for me, it was kind of like, I definitely say last year when Tokyo and Champs in LA and Lock In, that was definitely like the most fun I've had genuinely competing. Because I think that year, everyone on the team had kind of like the same mindset as me. Because there's so much pressure on us that like we kind of had to. Like you either perform or you don't. So we didn't win anything, but I was like happy, or at least proud of like how the season started into like actually qualifying to these events. Because when the season started, we were in a tough spot. We were like 1-4. We were about to miss playoffs, let alone make the events. And then so getting top 3 at Tokyo, I think, top 4 in Tokyo, and then Champs are just like, but
Any streaming milestones?
Billy.
streaming
A
milestones?
24-hour you did that one time? Or?
No, dude. When
I
I
don't
got,
know.
I'll let you think about it, because I remember when I got 80K, 70K viewers, 80K viewers or something watching Paper X. I was legit blown away.
That's gotta be crazy.
I don't even know what to say to that. I'm like, dude, this is like
Can you even read chat? Like, how does that even
No,
work?
you don't.
Bro?
It's
You
flying.
can't even do it.
It's flying. And then
man.
that's literally when that was the first time I ever said I miss having low viewers. So I can just read what you guys are typing. I have no clue what anyone is saying.
Dude, that's
But
nuts.
that shit was humbling, dude.
You ran some ads or what?
Well, of course. No kidding. Of course I ran ads.
Dude, that paycheck hit nice, bro.
No,
that
but
Twitch check hit
no,
nice
because,
after that one, bro.
I just couldn't believe where I was at. I just started streaming.
80,000.
So to get to where I was to that was very like, I just couldn't believe what was happening. I think that was the only time I feel like I didn't earn something. It just happened. You know, when you like compete for a very long time, you feel like you earned a win. When we won Iceland, I'm like, fucking finally.
I've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when that streaming thing happened, I'm like, I don't know if I deserve this. This is crazy. But it is just cool when stuff like that happens because it's like just life just gives it to you.
Yeah.
It was just a heat of the moment, like random thing happened, and it was just like I don't think I'll ever reach that ever again. But to me, that was just like wow. So that was another cool thing that happened in Valorant.
For streaming, I think as I was blowing up, I ended up playing like a 2v5, like noobs versus pros. I don't know if you guys seen it.
Who are you with?
I was with Tyson.
Yeah, I saw
Wow, I
this,
don't ever
dude. I
remember this.
saw
How long ago
this.
was this?
It was like a year before franchise, like a couple months before franchise.
I see.
I think I remember it.
Yeah, so as I was blowing up, I got to play with like BABYBAY, Toast, a bunch of like super popular people like that have been big for forever. And doing it with Tyson, it was pretty fun. Definitely think that's like my highlight of streaming.
Damn.
Fire.
Yeah.
What about you, my brother? You're a multiple major champion, bro. Which one?
Pick one.
Which one felt better? Yeah, pick.
Let's see.
I mean, I
Nah.
think you voiced it though.
No, I mean, usually I would just say champs, but like going deeper into it, I would say like the second half of 2023. So like as soon as Tokyo started,
Yeah.
literally like the next 4 months were just like unforgettable. I think like just Tokyo, just like the shit we did. Not even the matches, just like outside of competing, just the shit we did as a team. Like we didn't even practice in Tokyo. We just did shit in the city because like you gotta. This was their first event too. Like I think, other than like maybe Boosty in Overwatch, this is like my team's first LAN.
No, his first two.
Really?
He was like a
dog shit?
streamer.
Yeah, he was pretty
Yeah.
ass in Overwatch.
Yeah, he was like tier 3 maybe.
Yeah. So this is my whole team's like first event. So I was like just excited to share the experience with them, and we did. And then coming second was kind of a plus too. Like we
Yeah.
were just having a good time and we were winning. And then obviously like champs in LA was kind of just like a blast. Not even
That was such a good event, dude.
yeah for the team, and just like my family was out there too. And it was local, and that stage was like insane. I still think
Yeah.
that was the best stage. No bias.
Who has been the most impactful in your career?
Who
Yeah.
that we've played with, or just like
Just it could be anybody. Who has been the most? It could be like an idol that you have. Who has really been the most impactful person in terms of your career?
It's
All
CS
time.
and Val.
Yeah, all time. Like who like really gave you like a little bit of good advice to have you become who you are today?
More publicly, Potter. I think the beginning of the EG season in 23 was like the worst time I've ever had in my life in esports.
Damn.
Just like
You kind of just like joined because like you had to in a way,
well,
right?
from the very start, getting cut because these two joined Energy.
Oh
I
yeah.
was on Energy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Shitter.
yeah. You stayed. You got to stay, and I could. So going to the street for a couple weeks, and then joining EG, I knew it was gonna be bad or like a struggle. But she taught me a lot on like just how to be a better person in that scenario, and it paid off. And then like lesser known, probably Edward. He was our sports psychologist on Energy in 22. But I've known him all throughout my CS career also. And he's just helped me with like anytime I have a question about what I should do, or like this is just depressing.
He really gives you insight.
He gives you he's really good at just
Yeah.
like anything you have and how to overcome it. He's the guy. So
Wow.
those two have helped me a lot.
Yeah. I mean, just because you mentioned him, I'd say Edward too. for the same reasons as you said. He was kind of like a real honest like second voice for anything, literally anything you have questions about. It's like a good second voice to at least listen to. It might not be right, but it's just a nice second voice. And he gives you a lot of insight about whatever you are asking. And then just for like esports in general, I'd say probably Shroud. He kind of put, in my eyes, he kind of put esports like on the map. Kind of like made it like, like this could be like
a career.
Yeah, a career for the next however many years. So.
Yeah, beyond being a pro.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude, it's so
just
hard.
Just say me.
It's probably a lot of people, but yeah.
No, not really.
For your streaming career.
Honestly,
gotta thank Sam for my streaming career.
Val specifically, and for Counter-Strike, like if I were to look at it over the decade, it's hard for me not to say Chet, because he helped me a lot as a IGL. He helped me look at the game in a different way. He was also one of the very few people that, remember I told you I was like pretty stubborn back then?
Yeah.
He was one of the few people that I wasn't stubborn with.
Oh, wow.
I had a very easy time. He was probably the only coach where I've had just an easy time kind of getting my thoughts across, and he kind of agrees or disagrees, and we're able to talk about it. He was probably one of the only ones that was like that. So Chet, over the course of that 10 years, James is another one, hazed, because I've known him for as long. I've just known him this entire time. And I don't know, he's just always there, which is dope. And always good company and easy to talk to about things. And yeah, we've just been through a lot together. So James is another one. And then for streaming, it's easily Sam because I wouldn't have streamed without him. So
Yeah.
Nice. For me, and this is going to sound like a crazy glaze, but NRG's Oregoner, you guys know him, Andy Miller.
Yeah.
He, like, this was like the first.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, you heard of him? Does he not come around often with you guys?
Nah.
But for me and him, it was like when I got signed for Overwatch with him, it was like my first big like organization where I'm like, damn, okay, I made it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. So like for me, like him giving the opportunity kind of changed my life in a way, because other than that,
That's actually a good one.
Yeah.
Like an Oregoner, I would go with
Dude.
Astro. He's the only guy that gave us a chance and like believed in
literally,
our
I
team
remember that. Yeah.
on Envy. Everyone else was giving us nothing.
Yeah.
It was just him. He was like, yeah, you guys are going to be good. And then he just let me do everything, bro. I've never had so much trust out of an Oregoner to just give me full reign. I've never had that before. And I was like, okay, I'm running with this. And it was just the greatest thing because I never tried to abuse that power. It was just like, I know what to do.
Respect.
And then, so I agree. Actually, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, another person that like, after you mentioned John, is probably James. Because for me, when Rank S was a thing, there was a lot of like, in CS, if you're a veteran, you're kind of like, you are the voice. You are one of the main voices in CS. And I don't want to say like most of it was gatekept, but it was. Like in CS, there was a lot of gatekeeping. And when I first made Rank S, it's like some random 15-year-old kid. Everyone else is like 25 and older, made all these lands. James was one of the only guys, if not the only guy, that like genuinely gave me a fair chance in Rank S. He was like, yeah, if he genuinely felt something about me like in the Rank S games, he'll say it. And if I had something to say, he'll be one of the only people in Rank S that kind of like gave me a proper response.
I liked you.
Wow.
No, you didn't.
I kept you in.
Me too,
I was
right?
the one guy that didn't kick you
No,
out.
these two hated me. These two hated me in Rank S. In fact, they got me kicked.
I was the opposite
got
of
you
James.
kicked?
Yeah, they got me kicked.
I was the opposite of James.
There was a
I
form.
had no patience for it.
Wow.
Because as the veteran of
makes
the
sense,
scene,
yeah,
I
it
was
makes
just like,
sense.
like this.
You were
kid's
trying to
just
gatekeep.
talking. No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Not
I
at
was
all?
trying to play the game.
Yeah.
And he was streaming.
Yeah.
And talking to chat.
I'm not gonna lie.
I see.
I was
He was
using
a little
content
shit.
thing.
He was a
Yeah,
little
I
shit.
see,
yeah,
I
was
see,
a
I
little
see, I
shit.
see.
And for me, I'm like, who are these streamers coming out of nowhere?
Yeah.
You know, like doing
Talented
this.
as hell,
Like,
but like
yeah, like what
trolling my
makes you
shit.
think
Yeah.
that you could do this?
Uh-huh.
That's what was my mindset.
It's so funny. He got me kicked, and then I made it back the next month.
But he forced you way back in. He said, bro.
He grinds. He's
It was funny
persistent.
because dude, that was before I had actually met you, right?
Yeah.
Because I joined Cole,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, and then Sam is there with his parents on Complexity. So I go to this barbecue and I'm like, hey guys.
Nah, bro.
That's
You brought
the
the
first
fam?
time we met.
You brought the
Yeah.
fam?
Yeah.
'cause
This was
Jason-
literally 2016.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll include
Almost
James
a
in mine, too.
decade.
I'll include James.
James
James
as
is my
well?
first teammate. My first pro team teammate. And then I still know him now. So, I mean, I've known
Dude,
him for almost
What
like 10
was
years.
your name before you changed it to Ethan? It was something
It's
crazy,
Naughty.
bro.
I know
Naughty.
what it is.
But I forgot.
It's just Ethan backwards.
Was it? No, I
Naughty.
swear somebody told me that your name was
before.
before
way
like when
back
you were
then.
unknown,
Not
bro.
a lot of people
Poise
know that.
knows it, and he told me what it was.
Nah, that,
So,
what is
that
it?
one's kept for like the close people.
Oh,
If
so,
they- if
okay,
they
we
bring
don't leak it?
Nah,
We don't leak it?
Just say it.
Okay, then I won't leak it. I won't leak it
real ones
then.
from the fake ones.
Okay,
You know, I want to know like
okay.
who's real. When they bring it up, I'm like, oh, okay.
Wait,
Okay,
so keeping
I'm gonna
secrets.
Okay, wait,
I'm gonna
hold on.
find out, and I'll ask you on,
No, can we
on a
just say it
future
now
one.
and then we'll just bleep it?
Yeah, we don't have to add it in.
Oh, okay, yeah. You bleep that out. Keep it down low.
Yes, that's what it was.
Just
Poise knows this somehow, and he told me
I don't know
about it.
how the fuck I
Poise told me about it.
Well, what's like, what'd you play?
Was
When was
running.
this?
He was running
Yes.
your pockets, bro.
So when you sign up for ESEA, you got to make a name, and I was
Yeah.
like, they ain't going on ESEA.
yeah.
And so I just like the first thing I could come up with was.
Make sure you write in the comments thinking about what this guy's name
Not
is.
a lot
bro.
of people know, bro. Not a lot of people.
They're gonna like read his lips and shit. You have to
No,
like cover
we'll
his
blur-
mouth. You have
we'll
to cover
blur-
his
Well,
mouth.
yeah, we'll blur
Yeah.
out the whole thing.
Oh yeah, okay. Shout out because you said Shroud. Shroud and Tarik are also two big inspirations because they're both extremely young in comparison to me, and they dominated what they did.
Yeah.
Tarik on both ends, in
Yeah.
competitive and in streaming, and then same with Shroud. Just was the first one to bring it to light in the first place, and kind of inspired a whole generation of people to stream. So those two were definitely huge inspirations in different aspects for me throughout the time that I've known them.
I think the coolest thing about that is like you have people that are looking at you the same way as
Yeah,
you look
that's
at
pretty
Shroud.
insane.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like at the end of the day we're all the same. Like we're all fucking humans. We all look
Yeah.
up to like somebody
Yeah.
else that has done it. You know? But that's gonna be it for now. To wrap up this episode, we're gonna be inviting some guests to ask some questions on the Discord.
All right. I'm Sapeng from Cambodia.
Yo.
Yo,
what
what's
up,
bro?
brother?
So my question for all of you are: how does your team manage communication during high pressure moments, and how do you address internal conflicts within the team?
Communication and
That's a great
intense
question, by the way.
moments.
That
So
is a
the first
great
part of
question.
that was during high pressure moments, how do we communicate? A lot of the times, one person will take charge. It won't be like multiple people talking because that gets too chaotic. So in high pressure situations, usually one person, whoever has the most information or whoever just starts talking first, will usually just call a play, and then everyone else just follows it and kind of coordinates it one by one. So that's usually how it's done, so that things don't get too chaotic. Because when it's high pressure, a lot of people want to talk sometimes, or sometimes it goes fully quiet, and that's when it gets bad. So usually, ideally, one person takes charge, and then everyone else kind of follows.
Yeah. Sometimes when it's intense, it's like the complete opposite. Everyone just starts screaming.
Yeah, and
But when you're in the flow,
that works if everyone is like giving
Yeah.
giving the other person time to talk.
yeah, because I've rewatched videos before, and like in the moment, everything made sense, and I rewatched the comms video, and it's just
yeah.
screaming, and I
Yeah.
don't understand anything.
Yes.
So like when you're in the moment,
It is
it's kind of
situational.
like it's a little situational.
And how do you address internal conflicts within the team?
I mean, every team's different.
Yeah.
But with this team, we've been able to talk it out pretty easily.
Yeah.
I think, especially when you're on a team that has like a lot of like seasoned players, everyone knows how to talk to each other to a point. Everyone's just trying to win. So it's like no one's being a dick.
No ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if someone is being a dick, it's because they want to win, or it's because they respect you too. So
Have you guys ever met a teammate and asked them for 1v1?
No.
I feel like you would be. I feel like Sam would be the type to do that though.
Yeah, I haven't.
I feel like Sam would be the
Yeah.
type to be like, "Yo, 1v1 me showers, bro."
That is legit never happened.
No, it hasn't happened though. But it would be me.
That would be.
It'd be
feel
me
like-
against you.
right,
I
bro?
type it against you in a script.
All right. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
I'm Neptune, or I'm Sam. My question is, do you guys think that the current way for teams to qualify for international events is fair? Like for champs this year was the top 3 teams from Split 2. Is this fair, or do you think it should be decided on like circuit points or LCQs?
another good question.
I miss LCQ, bro. I'm gonna be
I do
honest.
too.
I miss it. I like tournament formats to get into a tournament. I like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, season points should matter, but I didn't like the way that this year went personally, and I wasn't even playing in it, so I can't even imagine what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the point system was good. I think just because you win, let's say you win the first Masters, I don't think you should automatically be guaranteed to champs because it is so long time away. But I think you should have like an advantage in points. And then I agree. I think LCQ was like a good decider of who's best, or I guess who's like fourth best recently.
Like who's in form.
And it's also very exciting too to watch.
Yeah.
So that's more exciting than just like looking at a stat sheet and like seeing number 4.
Yeah.
I love the stakes.
Yeah.
I just miss more matches. So I think the ability to be able to play every single team in a season to qualify for something means more, even if that means having one big split. I would rather have that than having to separate it into 2 different ones. I think it's a good thing to do, and I think every sport does it as well for a reason, where you just play every single team. So for me, I would personally want an entire season where you get to play every single team, and then you kind of earn your spot that way, and you have a playoff that isn't just 1 week long. You know, you have a little bit of time to prep, and you have. I think that's the best way to get the best out of the teams, as opposed to giving them like 1 day of prep time. You know.
Yeah.
Homie hit the every single sport does it. Yeah. I'm like, damn, bro, he's right.
It's true.
All right. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Thank you.
Peace out, brother.
See ya.
This last question is from Lailaic, the YouTube comment winner. What do you each think you guys bring to the table as a player / coach? Because obviously you're IGL, you probably do some player coaching as well.
Yeah.
And you have hella experience, so I'm sure you'd be helping out with the team
Not
too.
really, but
What about him?
Not really.
I can start. So for me, I feel like personally, I bring stability onto the team and a voice that kind of everyone can follow. And I think that's pretty important overall as a leader because, you know, that's literally what you need. And you need one person, you need 4 other people to follow the one person as opposed to having 5 different ideas or 5 different cooks in the kitchen, basically. Although I think my personal favorite quality about myself would just be the fact that I hear everybody out and try to like maximize their potential as well and feel like they feel like they're heard as well. That's something I had an issue with in the past. So I worked on that a ton and sometimes to a fault because I like give too many opinions a chance. But yeah, I think overall just having that voice is huge.
fair. I think for me, I definitely say I bring like a lighter mood. So if we have like a younger team or a less experienced team, I definitely like loosen it up a little bit, like going into the match. But yeah, I mean, for me, when before the match, it's like pretty light and like we crack jokes, I crack jokes, but it's also like very easy for me to like lock in. Like when it's game time, it's game time. But at the build up for that is like just have fun, you know, enjoy the moment you're in. But then when it's game time, it's game time. So I think that's probably one of my best.
For me, probably like I see myself as like an assistant to the IGL or like whoever the leader of the team is. So I think usually like what I think I do is try to bridge the gap, if there is a gap, between how the IGL and the coach probably want to play the game and helping the rest of the team fit into that well, as best as I can. So whether that's like problem solving or if there's like an issue within the team or a discussion that needs to happen, seeing both sides if other people can't, and just like making it work well. So usually that works well with with younger players, just because I've been there. So I know I know how they think usually, and I know if there's issues with it and like how to fix it and stuff. So I think kind of all of that is my best attribute.
I think you guys have a really good mix now of like seriousness and then also like you like lightening the mood. Because I definitely noticed that like there's something that I saw you guys on stage when you were playing with like Marv and like Demon One and stuff. I was like, dude, these guys are so serious, bro. Like that's just what it felt like from like the outside in. I don't actually know if it was actually that serious in server. Yeah. But I'm like, dude, like, are they even having fun, bro? Like they're just like so like because like Vic and Crashy's like, you know, I guess Crashy's now kind of like has been having more of a personality, but they've kind of been like robots to me. Yeah. Where I feel like they're just like work, you know? Yeah. They're about their business. Yeah. I feel like you need someone like Sam, you know, or someone like you as well. Yeah. To be that like extra extra voice to like
Yeah.
motivate people even because
Well, it also helps when they talk too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it also helps. Like I'm saying, even like they give opinions on things. If they think something is wrong or right or whatever, they will say it. And I think that's
Yeah.
really important for me as a leader because like if they feel like something is just incorrect, then they can actually address it. And then there's also that's an issue young players have, right? Is being able to voice what they think and they just kind of internalize it, and then it just frustrates them to the point where they either suck or the team just dies slowly because of it. So
You need someone to like pry info out of some people.
yeah,
Especially young players. Like you said, if they just keep it in and you don't have like a coach or just like another player to bring it out of them,
Yeah.
then they're never gonna, I guess, like grow
yeah.
if they just keep that shit inside. So pretty important too.
Nice. I think that's a.
What about you, man? What do you bring to a team?
What do I bring to a
Yeah.
team? I bring that energy, bro. I'm never gonna let my team not,
Wow.
get into the server like hyped, ready to game.
Yeah.
A lot of mid rounding for sure. A lot of calling out like what the enemies are showing and what I think can counter it.
Do you tilt? I feel like you tilt. Do you tilt or not?
No. I mean, I have tilted before.
Like in matches?
Not, I will never tilt in a match ever.
Okay.
I've been around for way too long to do any of that
Yeah.
shit. Because I used to do that, when
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
younger. Like when I was first in Overwatch on NRG, the Shock, right? San Francisco Shock. I was the star player. Like I was the guy. I was him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my team was ass, bro. And I let that get to my head though. That's the thing,
Yeah.
right? So like I was tilting at my team, thought I was like Jesus.
Yeah.
Stopped like trying as hard because I was just demotivated. So I already went through all that, So yeah, I definitely am somebody that like is very serious about it because I also know how easy it is to like not be in it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know that feeling. Like you're not gonna take this second chance for granted
No.
for sure.
Yeah.
Either of you probably.
Yeah.
Because you already know that you're set outside of the server anyway. So it's like, dude, I'm gonna give it all I got now.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm on a team, I'm giving it 100% no matter what.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I don't know how I knew, but for some reason I knew that you mid rounded. How? Have I played with you before? Like, just Mead Cup or something?
Maybe I did play in a couple of my own, but yeah, I think
Somehow I knew you mid
I
rounded.
think it's probably my team
Maybe
has
it was
probably
your
told
stream
you.
or
My team
something.
has probably told you.
Yeah,
But
I
also,
don't
like, if you
remember.
listen to me talk
You can
about
tell.
the game,
Yeah.
you can understand that I actually know the game. Where I feel like if you didn't hear, like, if I didn't do this casting thing,
Yeah.
I feel like people would have, like, a lot of other people would have been like, yo, this guy's
Just
actually
because of the way
just-
you play.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like,
But, like, if-
there's actually
If
thought
you
that
actually
goes
think
into
about
it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
It's calculated.
Not every time, but
Yeah, most of the time.
most of the time, exactly.
The one thing you didn't lack was confidence for sure.
yeah.
You just, even if you like died a couple times, you still
Exactly.
try,
Like
yeah.
I'm not
Very
scared to go
persistent
in
guy.
and be that body bag
Yeah.
for my team because I know if they can close out the round, then it's all good. I think a lot of people in this game, especially on duelists, will try to play for stats, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
if my stats are shit, I'm not doing my job.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
like an OSPOS, right? But if you actually play the game correctly, dude. There's gonna
It'll
be
just come
times
to
where
you.
you need to sacrifice
Yeah.
yourself, and if you win, dude, the stats don't fucking matter, bro. If
Yeah.
you win, a win is a win no matter what. No one's gonna remember you dropping 30 and getting second in,
Oh,
the, in
some
the
people
major.
will remember. They just don't matter.
Yeah, great, bro, great. But that doesn't win you the major, right? So it's
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you all the fans for asking questions and watching this episode of Offscript, the NRG podcast presented by Rockstar Energy Drink. And make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to drop a comment down below. You might be a lucky winner and win that signed jersey from all of us here. So thank you again for watching. And yeah, we're gonna say our goodbyes till the next podcast. Yeah,
Appreciate it, man. Thank
right.
you.
Thank
my
you.
dogs, bro. Let's go.
Peace out, everyone watching. Thank you, Andre. Bye.